What is going on, everybody? Hey, what's going on? Hope everybody's having a fantastic weekend, fantastic night, fantastic day. It has been a while. It has been a long time. It's been like 9 days. I have been away, took a little bit of a break. I was making videos throughout the week just to keep everything, so I wasn't disappearing that much. But the bad news is that me and Philly 500 tried to work out a time today due to some personal reasons between me and Philly 500, some things that were going on. We couldn't find a time tonight to do a stream. So tomorrow, me and Philly 500 will be doing a Sunday night game together tomorrow night. Tomorrow, Sunday night game, we'll be doing together. I'm going to be doing a triple header tomorrow. So I'll be doing a stream at 1 o'clock for a 1 o'clock game. I don't know what game yet. I'm working on a few of them right now. 4:30, obviously, our game against the Broncos, Eagles versus Broncos. And then the Sunday night game, me and Philly 500 will be streaming on his channel. And then obviously after that, we'll be streaming back on my channel for the post game of the Eagles Broncos game. So it should be a lot of fun. So it's been a while, guys. Obviously, we haven't really talked face to face about what's been going on and stuff. So appreciate everybody being here. Reverend Bebop, what's going on, man? Hope you're having a good day. OG, what's going on, bro? Philly 215. Marcus posted the notification I've been waiting for. Appreciate it, man. Pokemon, what's going on, man? Hope you're having a good day. Show enough, what's going on? That's a touchdown. What's going on, man? Denzel Barrett says Eagles fans are deep in Colorado. Awesome, bro. We got Cameron Bryant. What's going on, man? He said, what's up, Go Birds? How you doing, man? Eagles flies. Hey, Joey, hope you had a good trip. What is the state of our season bust or keep trying to reach playoffs and further? At this point, look, I don't know if this team's going to win the NFC. This team's not winning the East. I don't know if this team's going to be able to win a wild card this year. I don't think it's going to happen. This is going to be the year where you're trying to find your building block pieces to see if your head coach and your quarterback can work a lot better together. And I think that they're starting to, the offense is starting to translate a little bit. Obviously, there's still things we can nitpick, like why isn't Quez Watkins getting more touches? I think the connection with Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts has been pretty good, so I haven't really been going crazy about that. You know what I mean? So defensively, it's just been a total mess. I mean, we blitzed a lot last game, no pressure. I think Herbert dropped back like 36, 37 times, no quarterback pressure. I mean, it's bad. I mean, defensively, it's just a horrible scheme. The zone, I can't stand the zone scheme. We don't have the right pieces for it. You have two capable cornerbacks. You got a linebacker core that's just not good. But I think what's been especially with the linebacker core, what's been kind of the combination of Davion Taylor and Alex Singleton, and obviously TJ Edwards in the middle, has been pretty good too. So, there's still a lot of issues, but I think I feel better in our offense more than our defense. I mean, I think that's fair to say as of right now. We had Howie Roseman. Okay, we had Howie Roseman going to the North Carolina-Pittsburgh game to look at Kenny Pickett and obviously Sam Howell. That was the big news that I want to do a stream so bad that night, just on that whole subject, because that was just ridiculous. Howie Roseman's doing his due diligence because he has to is he looking at quarterbacks because that's just what he's doing, or is it because there's a reason behind it that he doesn't think Jalen Hurts is going to pan out? And I'm hoping Howie Roseman's not here next year. And hopefully that doesn't tell us that he's going to be here next year. So I hope not. You know what I mean? I hope that's not really the case as of right now. So, Farrell, what's going on, man? The GOAT is back. Appreciate it, man. Much love, dude. J.S. Young says, so you're going to be doing a stream with Eagles versus Broncos together first time? No. I'm going to be doing, so tomorrow I'm going to be doing a 1 o'clock stream. And other NFC East game, 1 o'clock. Just watch out for the post. We're going to be streaming. I'm going to be streaming by myself the Denver Broncos Eagles game at 4:20, 4 o'clock, whatever it is. And then Sunday night, tomorrow night, or tonight, I should say, it's already midnight for me. Me and Philly 500 will be streaming on his channel. the Sunday night game, and then we're going to go straight to my channel on post game. So it's going to be a busy day. It's going to be a long, busy day tomorrow. So a lot of football. I'm glad I'm back today. So it's been pretty good. Omar says, bro, I just sold my tickets. Went to a wedding, huh? I get some good money for those tickets, I would think, right? Obey Crazy, what's going on? Shane Rell says, hope you had a great trip. It was good. It was relaxing. It was good. I had a good time. You know what I mean? I just needed to get away. And, sometimes you need it. You know what I mean? So, we'll see what goes on in the future. I mean, I'm not going away anytime. I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm going to be rocking and rolling. So, to God, what's going on? It says 30-20 the score. 3215 said, hopefully we can get a win streak going next couple of games or winnable. Yeah, I'm tired of that that word winnable or beatable. Like this, matchups look good for a lot of games, but it's not about just the Eagles losing games. It's about how they're losing games. You know what I mean? Do I have trust in Jonathan Gann running this defense? I don't know. Do I have trust in this offense with, and I think the offense is starting to get better. Everyone always has a nitpick thing to say, like Quez Watkins isn't getting enough receptions. I understand there's a lot of things wrong with it. If Devontae Smith's not getting the ball, we complain about it. If Quez Watkins isn't getting the ball, we complain about it. Jalen Reagor has done absolutely nothing, but I think he would have done a lot more this year if Jalen Hurts, mechanically was a little bit better. But I think the head coach and the quarterback, I think that connection right there is starting to improve a lot more the past couple of weeks, even though you're not winning games, but I think it's starting to escalate a little bit more and further. So Z-Money says Hurts' arm will be exposed in Denver, but Eagles will win 23-21 based on our defense and running game. Yeah, I mean, look. I'm not a big fan of Teddy Bridgewater at all. I mean, consistently hasn't been a good quarterback. Okay, so get pressure on him. Yeah, but that's if this defense get pressure. I don't know what they're doing. I really don't know. I thought they were pinning their ears back and pretty much hitting the hole, but it seems like it's not that easy as it looks. I don't like the zone scheme. I don't like how these corners are lined up like 15 yards off the line. I hate that we don't play press. We really don't. I wish these corners were more physical. And it's not their fault. It's what they're put in as of right now. I wish they were more hands-on, kind of, you're letting these receivers get, a lot of, I know they don't want to give up the big play. That's the huge thing about it. They don't want to give up that big play, but at the same time, you gotta, something's got to give, you know what I mean? Like you got to take some risk and you got to, do some better things. So, Raymar says, how do you feel about Howie Scott and Pickett in Pittsburgh? I don't know. Like, part of me said to myself, I wasn't surprised about it because I really wasn't surprised about it. But there was actually a video clip of him being there. So people actually were starting to look for him and actually found him at the game with his binoculars on, which I was like, of course, another year, another QB, you know what I mean? So this is, and the picks right now, we'll see what happens because Miami won against Baltimore. So I watched that game when I was away and I was like, you got to be kidding me. You know what I mean? Like, of course, like, we thought Baltimore would have had that game, but that didn't happen though. So now Miami's pick at number 3 overall is now number 6. So we went from 3 to 6 just from that. Okay. But the problem I have, so now we're at 6. Okay, now it depends on what other teams lose and obviously how much more the Dolphins will lose this year. So I think Washington is in front of us right now. Washington might draft a quarterback. The Giants are behind us by a pick or 2. They might draft a quarterback after this year. So there's a lot of different things that could happen. I mean, there's a lot of different things that could happen. Because then it's going to be like a bidding war to get the highest pick in the draft to get a quarterback. If the Eagles do that, I mean, you're not going to have any picks. You're not going to have any picks left. So I don't know. Unless they can only give up one first rounder this year, or maybe another first rounder next year. I don't know. I don't have the answer. I have no idea. But I don't know if that's the plan. I mean, maybe Howie's just doing his due diligence as a GM. But here's the thing that really just it aggravates me. Is that Howie Roseman never, Okay, Howie Roseman never personally scouts players, ever. Never. His scouts do most of the work. He never goes out to scout players. Never does. So sorry, I was thirsty. So it's kind of crazy. It's kind of nuts. Ray says Pickett look good. I didn't get to watch the game obviously, but I didn't get to see it. Reverend Bishop said I want to see some of our young receivers break out. Oh, definitely. I mean, I want to see more of Quez Watkins. Quez Watkins is definitely going to be the number 2 for the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, he's the number 2 receiver. Devontae Smith. Oh my God, man, what a talent! I mean, Jesus, if we just had a good veteran head coach that works with a quarterback that, oh man. Devontae Smith is something special. I'm telling you. I mean, the route running is crisp. I mean, it's so good. I mean, it's so good. I mean, there's nobody. I mean, he gets a free release. I mean, there's no way. I mean, this offense could go above and beyond for years. I mean, there's just some things we have to fix. And first, it's the front office. Before the head coach and the quarterback, it's Howie Roseman, and that's the big issue right here. Because with Howie Roseman in the building, it's going to be handcuffing these coaches to what there's only so much the head coach can do, and it's just getting to that point where, I don't trust him with these picks next year. You know what I mean? You might say Howie Roseman needs to fly to Nevada to watch Carson Strong. So I saw the highlights from Carson Strong on Twitter. And I'm like, the last thing I would want is a quarterback we get called, and his name is Carson Strong. Okay? Because that would just be something crazy. You know what I mean? Reaper Town 92, what's going on, man? Shunoff says, not a fan of Pickett or Howell. I haven't really watched any of them. I'm not in draft season until like probably next month. By next month, I'll be in draft season. So. Limit Cost says Carson Strong reminds me of Brady. Eagles Fly says I agree. Offense is better than defense. Keep Slay, Graham, Sweat, Hargrave, build around that kid. Oh yeah, definitely. Like I think Slay has another year or 2 left on his contract. Graham is going to definitely come back. Graham ain't retiring on an injury. That's not happening. So he'll be back on a veteran minimum. Sweat, has gotten a little bit better. He's been very up and down ever since the contract disappeared a little bit, but I can't really blame him because the scheme that we're running is a complete disaster. You know what I mean? And Hargrave is been one of the big highlights of this year, this defense. For the most part, other than the cornerbacks, Hargrave has been a very good player for us. It's definite. So let me just make sure I am. We got a super chat. Sorry. Bear with me. It's been a long day. It's been a long week and a half. So 40 boy Lou with the super chat. What's going on? It's Philly 500 plus Joey Shakes. Is better than Dog and Capizzle. You're talking about Bad Dog. Bad Dog's Bad Dog is a fantastic content creator. He's one of my favorite guys I like to watch. I don't comment on his channel too much, but I do watch a lot of his streams because he covers a lot of sports, not just football. And Capizzle, I keep forgetting he even exists. So I don't know. I don't even know the guy even exists or is around. So appreciate super chat though. Let me cause the Carson Strong got a cannon for sure. Eagles Land says, generally late kicks. He ain't drafting Michigan's QBs. Snap City says late night stream. What's up, Eagles Nation? What's going on, man? It's a late night stream. 68 people in the chat, guys. Guys haven't liked the stream. Please like the stream. You guys haven't subscribed to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. We do cover the Eagles every single day. We're going to be having a triple header tomorrow. Me and Philly 500 will be streaming a Sunday night game tonight. And be doing on his channel. Then we'll be doing a post game on my channel afterwards, and obviously we'll have a video out for obviously the next day about the game and everything like that. So we'll get through all that stuff. Rico says, should we take another receiver next year? Really like Garnett Wilson? He's a dog. Garrett Wilson's good, but you know what? I don't think they need to. I really don't. I think if the Eagles need to do anything next year, is they bring in a third receiver next year in free agency, which is not going to be a high tier contract, maybe something mid tier to just fair contract, a guy that can put in some work in a good system. I don't think they have to draft a quarterback. Maybe they can. I mean, a wide receiver, maybe in the later rounds. I don't know. I don't think they really need to do that. I'm not really big on. I'm not really in the mode of going after a wide receiver next year. I really want to pile up on defense. I want to get an edge rusher next year. I want to get linebackers. I want to get safety. I mean, we need it all. We need it all. If Steven Nelson walks after this year, I'm down to go get the best cornerback in the draft. With the 6th overall pick as of right now, I think they could still draft the best guy. I don't even care at this point. You know what I mean? Offensively, I think this offense could do more in a better system. I think if Jalen Hurts had a better system around him, if Sirianni put him in the right position, I think this would be a different conversation as of right now. You know what I mean? Not saying that Jalen Hurts is not going to make mistakes, but I think things would have looked a little bit better. And obviously, having more of a run game, which is a huge deal. Also, so we got a super chat from Phil. Is that the same super chat or is that a different super? Oh no, it's the same. Oh, it's a different one. 40 Boy Lou says, I like bad dog. I'm saying dog crap is dog crap is I got you. I didn't get what that meant, but I got you though. I gotta read this one just because. Joey Gashi, what's going on, man? He says, Joey Shakes, we're having a triple header. That is the triple cheeseburger. Him and Philly are gonna pound each other before. Funny guy. You're funny, Joe. You're funny, man. Wild the Beast Davenport with the super chat. He says, I can't wait till Howie F's up the draft and pick the next Sam Darnold so I can laugh at all these fans that hate Hurts. And the thing is, I'm going to talk about me specifically because I don't hate Hurts at all. Like, I think that there are a lot of good qualities about him and a lot of bad ones. And I think he's still learning. You know what I mean? Because it's 13 games between last year and this year. It's only 13 games. I'm not saying that's an excuse or anything like that. I'm just saying that the guy seriously hasn't even had a whole year yet. And I don't know. I think with what surrounds him, I think what they should have did this year, not hire Nick Sirianni, which I was very on board with it because, man, he definitely hypnotized me and probably a lot of other fans. Hire a veteran coach. The problem is we couldn't get one because no veteran coach wanted to come here because of Howie Roseman. And that truth came out when Brian DeBoer wanted to sign here, the offensive coordinator from the Bills. And then when Stanley wanted to come here, the head coach for the Chargers. I mean, there's a lot of different there's coaches that could have been here. And unfortunately, because of the reputation of Howie Roseman and how he handcuffs his coaches to where he kind of dictates the play calling a little bit, that's a big problem. It's a big problem. You know what I mean? So Hurts, I think, is getting better as of right now. There was points this year from week 2 on where he was kind of staying in the same spot, really not improving, and it just wasn't. I know everything's not Jalen Hurts' fault. Okay, it goes to Nick Sirianni, it goes to the coaching staff, it goes to Howie Roseman. So there's a lot that goes into it, but I appreciate it though. Appreciate super chat, bro. Limicott says Davenport is not about hating Hurts, the fact that he is never a franchise guy coming out of college, and that's a lot of people believe. A lot of people believe that. You know what I mean? I was hoping that he'll play. Look, there's still the rest of the season, so we'll see what happens. Could they make a wild card? I don't know. The Vikings, you have to. I think the Vikings, the Falcons are almost. I think we're what? I don't even know what spot we're in for the wild card. Maybe it's like second or third place to the wild card game. I don't even know. Second or third team, whatever it is. Cyclone says, imagine getting Aiden Hutchinson and Kyle Hamilton. I would love if they drafted Kyle Hamilton in the first round. I would definitely. Anthony Harris has to go. He's on a 1-year deal. Rodney McLeod is just getting old now, and it's just Rodney McLeod doesn't make a difference anymore. It's just. I mean, this scheme makes no. This scheme doesn't help our players. Period. Defensively, I mean that's definite. You know what I mean? Limit says, sorry, people don't believe in a dude who struggled in college and had to transfer. Z Money says, you need a strong arm in the NFL. It's best to have a QB with a strong arm so he can fit more schemes. And here's what I think: when quarterbacks have strong arms, that's great. But when you get a quarterback in the draft that doesn't have a good arm, I mean, I think Hurts has a pretty strong arm. I think he does. I think he could throw it pretty good. But it's just the accuracy. The accuracy issues is where I'm getting, and I don't want him to just be a read option QB. You know, I want him to be more of a pocket guy because if he has a clean pocket, he's thrown some pretty good passes, but it just has to be consistent. You know what I mean? So, Burgang 31, what's going on, man? He says Jalen just needs time. Father time. We have to rely on Father time. I don't know what's going to happen, man. I really don't. I don't know what's going to happen with Jalen Hurts after this year. It's tough, man. It is really tough. I think what Jalen Hurts does from now until the end of this year is going to really, it might be for not. I mean, but if Harry Roseman is looking at these quarterbacks, it's just to look at these quarterbacks, just doing his job and looking at quarterbacks just because, not just because it's a quarterback, it's because that's what they have to do as their job. Or it's because maybe behind the scenes, they don't think Hurts is going to be the real deal. Maybe they've already given up on him. Like, let him, play his heart out this year, and then we're going to go after a QB next year. And then I don't know. You still got Minshew. You have Jalen Hurts. So I don't know. I don't think you trade for a quarterback. There was some rumors about a Russell Wilson trade that could be there. I forgot who. I think Mort Report put out a report last week saying that the Eagles' top on their priority list will be signing Russell Wilson. If that's the case, but I don't know if this coaching and look, just because Nick Sirianni is improving with Jalen Hurts like the past couple of weeks, even though they're not winning games or the offense looks a little bit better, it doesn't mean anything at the end of the day. It doesn't mean a nothing. It means absolutely nothing. Okay, you're not winning games. Period. I don't care if the passing game looks a little bit better. Like no, that's not how it goes. Okay. It's not how it goes. So that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say. Wild Beast Davenport, what's going on, man? Thanks to the super chat. He says, was Tom Brady a franchise QB coming out of college? No, I mean, he was a 6th, 7th round pick. That was a backup to Drew Bledsoe, and took over, and that was it. I mean, that's just they just got lucky. I mean, they had a really good head coach. Not only a good head coach, but that's a team. The Patriots were a team for 20-something years that just saved money. I mean, they plugged in players. They weren't emotionally attached to their players where they gave them contracts for past success, which the Eagles do. And I don't like that either. They treat it more like a family than a business. And it kind of pisses me off, but it's crazy. And nobody knew. Nobody knew. You know what I mean? Nobody knew. We got a super chat from Z Money. What's going on, man? He says, we all know Howie Roseman is going to get his crush in Russell Wilson. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Seahawks scout Hurts when he was in the draft. I think that's true. I think they were scouting him at the time. So, we'll see what happens. But as of right now, I don't know if this move is going to really the thing is, if we trade for Russell Wilson, number one, you need draft picks to trade for Russell Wilson. There's no way you're doing this without not anything. I imagine bringing Russell Wilson here with an actual offensive line that's good, to see how he plays, then yeah, that would be fantastic. But number one, you have to give up draft compensation for Russell Wilson. And number two, is Nick Sirianni going to have a good scheme, or is Nick going to be a better coach while having Russell Wilson? I don't know. And if that's not the case, and Howie Roseman is still here next year and still here on another 4-year contract as the GM for the Philadelphia Eagles, then I don't know if this is going to work. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know. I wish I had the answer. I really wish I had the answer. It kind of makes me mad that I don't have the answer. But guys, keep feeding them to me because I'll answer them as clear as I possibly can. But It just gets to that point. Z-Money with Super Chat says Jalen Hurts doesn't kiss his kids. He won't be Tom. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That is funny, though. That is funny. We got a Super Chat from Reverend Bebop. It says Howie has to go far, far away from the organization. If not, we will be in the same situation. And I think that's going to be the case. We're going to be, and look, like, I don't like giving contracts out like it's candy. That's what I can't stand that. I don't like giving out contracts because of past success. It's a year-to-year league. Like, if you're not trending upwards or at least staying consistent every year, you shouldn't deserve money that you're getting. You know what I mean? So you give him a lot of a new contract, which was great. You give, Josh Sweat a contract, but I can't even blame defensive players right now because if there's a bad player that's in on a stupid play and he just doesn't make a tackle, I mean, at this point, it's just like I can't even blame the player. I got to blame the coach. You know, if the player gets his opportunity, what are you going to get mad at the player because he's getting his opportunity? No, you're going to be mad at the coach for putting him in the game. That's the whole point of it. You know what I mean? So, I don't think it's going. Guys, if Howie Roseman gets an extension after this year, I don't think this team's going to be good for another 6 years. I'm not even kidding. Because number one, I'm saying 6 years because it's going to take 4 years to get him out. It's going to take another 2 years to at least with the new head coach and a new GM and everything to at least get things rolling in like 2 years after. So, I mean, there's a lot of moving pieces to this. So I'm not really sure. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not I said before the season even started, I said, I don't even care if we do great this season. It doesn't matter to me. Like, Howie Roseman's got to be gone, period. Get out of here. I don't want to see you anymore. I'm done. You know what I mean? Zonan 3LM says Derek Stingley and Kyle Hamilton to Philly. I like both of those picks. Stingley's going to be an interesting one because I know he had he had like a foot injury this year. He had some injuries, missed some games this year. So obviously it does change over time with some of these guys, and we'll see what happens. But Jay Shook said, I think the season's over for Pete. Yeah, I think it's I don't think it's over. Like, I'm not gonna be like, well, it's over and we shouldn't watch him anymore. No, that's not the case. The problem is, I'm still gonna watch this team regardless. You know what I mean? But they're not gonna win the NFC East. They're not. The Cowboys are just too way ahead. Great football team, and props to them. As much as I don't want to say it, very good. So. Sean says, not a fan of trading for Russell or Rodgers. Both will cost a house, and they have another 10 years to give you. And I don't know. Look, and here's the problem with that. And like, it's not like you're trading for Deshaun Watson. You're trading for Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers. And if you do that, it's like there's two reasons why you trade for a quarterback. Number one, you trade for a Russell Wilson or an Aaron Rodgers if you're like one piece away. I think, like, for Washington, like, if Washington traded for an Aaron Rodgers or a Russell Wilson, yeah, that would stink, like, really bad. No joke. Like, that would be bad. They would be a lot better because they have a lot of pieces and a lot of good pieces in a pretty good scheme, but quarterback play hasn't been fantastic. They haven't found their guy yet. As of right now, I don't know. The other flip of the coin is that if you trade for one of these guys, I mean, what's going to attract them to come? Aaron Rodgers is definitely not coming to Philadelphia. After him and Carson Wentz had their little conversation, after he got benched at the Green Bay game and all that, he's not coming to Philadelphia. That's definitely not happening. Russell Wilson, I don't know. They would have to. The draft conversation would have to be crazy, and to do that, I think at the end of the day, I think they give Jalen Hurts another year. And that's just, I think that's just more of a like money aspect, more of like a let's build for another year. Let's get more pieces in here. Let's let Jalen Hurts just be here another year, and then we'll start looking for a quarterback. I don't know, but if there's a guy this year in this draft that the Eagles are just hounding over that badly, it could happen, and I don't want it to happen. But if there's a quarterback out there that's really good, which I don't really see. We'll figure it out. Young Das, what's going on, man? Says Joey, do you really see Russ agreeing to come here with the state of the franchise being? And that's what I just said before. Like, it's like as how dysfunctional this franchise is right now, what quarterback, especially a good quarterback, that's going to want to come here, deal with all of that game after game after game? And Russell Wilson actually, you guys won't probably believe it, but Russell Wilson actually has a lot to say of what they do in the offense. He has a lot to say, okay? And that's a problem. Like, you're not going to allow Russell Wilson to come here and have him just be some robot that's going to listen to everything everybody else is saying. That's definitely not happening. Like, Russell Wilson has a voice. Like, he's not one of those guys that just follows the rules and that's it. Like, that guy, he's in on what they do in the draft. He's very involved. He wanted to be more involved with that team, and he is. And the problem is that's why head coaches like Brian DeBoer and Stanley, the head coach of the Chargers, that's why head coaches like that don't come here, because they know, like, the Eagles request an interview for a head coaching position, right? They reject it. Not even 24 hours. They reject the trade. It happens it happened twice this past year. It happened with those two coaches. Even, you know what I mean? Like, if I had a choice, if it was me right now, I mean, this is just a startup. This is like a startup of what I would want right now. I would like to bring in John Dorsey as your GM, you know, from obviously the Browns, and bring in Eric Bieniemy as your head coach. I would love it. You know what I mean? Let him. I mean, let him. You know what I mean? Like, I think those are like my two right now that I would pick top of my head right now. You know what I mean? So I get it. I get it. Commissar, I'm saying that when they are available, I still like Williams. He's a freshman. Needs to, yeah, definitely. Richie says Russell and Rodgers are not TB12 each, only have one Super Bowl, same as Nick Foles. Obviously, they're just better quarterbacks. They're better quarterbacks than what we have right now, but it's going to cost a good penny, though. Jose Rodgers never played for you Mooks in Philly. Neither will Wilson, who want to deal with that dumpster fire of a fan base if you don't want to. Look how y'all treat Ben Simmons. I don't even care about the Sixers at all. Like, I really just, I've been watching games. I don't cover the Sixers because, number one, I have no time. Number two, I don't like the NBA, period, because I don't like the super teams. I don't like, I don't like how basketball is. Nobody earns a damn. I don't know. I'm not a big fan. Like, I watch basketball. I watch the Sixers whenever I catch them on. I always watch them. But, like, I'm not really a big fan of basketball, just the NBA and how they do things now. Not like they did like 10, 15 years ago. It's just different now. It's just not a big fan of the sport anymore like I used to. And football's getting the same way too. Football's getting to where it's like they need to start changing some rules. So East Cam for Life said Kenny Pickett is not worth the top 15 first-round pick. Probably not. Reese says Pickett is a second rounder. Zanathan, Joey, how do you think Zach Wilson will do if he was an Eagle? I don't know. He seemed like he worked really well with the Jets, and I don't know. I figured, obviously the injury that he has now, but at the same time, he was playing really well. So I'm not sure. I'm around Jet fans all the time, and they always say great things. They praise that guy like crazy. You know what I mean? So they must think he's really good, because I'm not really sure. I haven't really watched the Jets at all, obviously. Like, I don't. If I'm watching a New York team, it's the Giants because they're in our division, and that's pretty much it. Cyclone said, if you're not happy with Hurts, then ride with Minshew next year. Hey, they could. Look, there's three things that they trade for a quarterback. There's four things. They could trade for a quarterback. They trade up in the draft for a quarterback. They put a quarterback competition with Minshew and Hurts, or they just put Hurts in for another year next year. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much what I get out of it as of right now. So we have 105 people in the chat. Appreciate being here. If you guys haven't subscribe to the channel. If you guys haven't liked the stream, please like the stream. It does help out the channel a lot. Much love to everybody that's been patient with me the past week and a half. I was out of town, so appreciate everybody coming by, showing love. We're going to have a triple header tomorrow. We're going to be doing 3 streams tomorrow and a post game. So technically, we're going to be doing 4 streams tomorrow. It's going to be a long day tomorrow, but I'm going to be excited because it's football all day. What's up, Joe Agashi? He says, Joey Shakes, the Eagles are all impatient, like Joey Shakes, Philip Hunter, waiting for dinner, impatient and demanding also get away from the QB fat boy. What? What? Dude, do I look like I'm 500 pounds? I don't get it. Why? What's the kick of like, what's like, why are we always being called fat or like, I don't know. I have no idea. It's okay though. I just don't get it. I hear the word fat man, fat. I'm like, what where's this coming from? Pokemon says Hertz is a 5th rounder. Ben Adams says, Joe, you're the man. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it, bro. Lemmy says name some because way more successful ones stay in college. Might said Joe Douglas gets fired in New York. Watch out for Don Slominski retiring. Howard Roseman is president. Douglas is oh God, I hope not. The worst that could happen is Howie Roseman gets a promotion. That's the worst thing. I think what really topped me off, like I think what really pissed me off this past offseason, when we had that draft, when we drafted Milton Williams with a 3rd round pick, okay, and they had that war room fist bump bull crap when the analytical department and the scout department had an argument over who they wanted to draft. Howie Roseman sided with the analytical department with Milton Williams, and it just made us look bad. That I already wanted him going before they even happened. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Stupid. Sorry. Gerald Flowery says, hey, Joey, listen to you from Ireland. Keep up the content, fly birds. Yo, appreciate it, man. Ireland, that's awesome, man. I've always wanted to go to Ireland. And hopefully one day in my future I will. Ernest Wallace says, just because we have all these picks this year wouldn't even mean we have give Seahawks. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying you get to give up the farm, but giving up the farm would be like you give up your first this year, your first next, like you give up your very important picks. I'm not saying we're not giving up all our picks this year. No, like we're gonna have picks this year, but I mean your important picks, your picks that are gonna matter. Like if you say, hey, give us a first this year, a 4th, another first next year, and a 2nd. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm not saying I gave away all our picks, but Ron She says, I hope the Eagles end up with the 17, 18, 19 picks in the draft. May Goodell make it so. Cyclone says Hurts or Minshew next year for me. Spend draft picks on defense. That's a good one. Dad 6, can we have some offensive plans 3 weeks in a row? We can only hope. Yeah, I mean, yeah. This defense got to help us out too. I mean, offensively, yeah, we get better. Hurts had to miss a couple opportunities, but he's not perfect. No quarterback's perfect every game. He missed on a couple throws, a big one to Dallas Goedert, the one at Devontae Smith on the back of the end zone. He missed some passes. Okay, it happened. But I thought Hurts and I thought Hurts did as much as he possibly could. I think Hurts did enough, and I think Nick did enough to prepare that offense for last week. I thought they did enough last week for enough to at least win the game. And this defense just couldn't do anything, period. You blitz, you don't get no pressure, nothing. I mean, it's just bad. Your corners are 15 yards off the line. You don't want to give up the big play, but you'll give up the big chunk plays underneath. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I never will get it. Makes no sense. It makes no sense to me at all. I really don't. I get confused just talking about it. I'll lay in bed all night and be like, what is this team doing? Because why am I even thinking about this? I'm trying to go to sleep right now. Don't mind me. It's been a long day. Vernon Bebop, what's going on, man? He said the Rams are going to have a fire sale when they don't even get to the Super Bowl. Could you imagine if we could get Donald because they need the cap space? It's going to get real bad for the Rams. The Rams are all in this year. They signed, they signed Odell Beckham now, which I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. They've been going after every high price player. It doesn't even matter. I mean, Deshaun Jackson left the Rams because he wasn't getting the ball enough, or he wasn't getting utilized in that offense enough. And that's, respect to Deshaun Jackson because he's putting himself over. I mean, not himself over the team in a bad way, but like he doesn't care about he doesn't care about the Super Bowls. Like, he wants to be he wants to be one of the main focused parts on a team. And I understand why, you know what I mean? So I give him some respect in that. Like, he left that team, like, and that team could go to the Super Bowl this year. Could happen. But just imagine if they don't win the Super Bowl this year, and like, they got to pay all these players that they gave money to. All the 1-year deals these high priced 1-year, 2-year deals that they signed. Not even that, but I don't even know what draft picks they have as of right now, because they gave up a crap ton of draft picks. I mean, to the point where it was kind of crazy. So it's kind of nuts. It's kind of nuts, I gotta say. Roger says y'all need a better QB coach. Brian. So what's the news I heard about Brian? Oh, Brian Johnson has been on the sidelines the past 2 weeks. What is that improvement of what we're doing, of what's going on? Because Brian Johnson has been down on the sideline working where Hurts. So I mean, it's helped Hurts more that Brian Johnson's down. I don't even know. I have no answer for that. Honeycomb J says, as long as Howie is here, we're going to be the Philadelphia Bengals. I don't know. I don't want to say it's true, but I'm going to say it might be true. If Howie Roseman gets a new extension for another 4 years, I don't think this team will be a contender for another 6 years. And that's just facts. It's just because you can't bring in a veteran head coach. You just can't. You can't bring a veteran head coach in here. Every coach that he wants, Howie Roseman needs a coach that he could take advantage of, and an easy coach, like a rookie coach that's going to come in and be like, "Oh yeah, sure," and be all happy about it, about getting the job, but know what to expect. And you can't trust the drafting process. You can't trust free agency because, well, number one, the first time in like I don't know how many years this team is actually going to be under the cap. Like, this team is actually going to have cap space next year. This team is going to have draft capital next year. This team could potentially have 3 first-round picks. 3. Carson Wentz even said the other day that he will miss if his wife is due for another baby. His wife is due for another baby. If she has the baby on Sunday, he's not even going to be there for his child's birth. He even said that. He's like, I'm not going to be there for my child's birth. I'm going to be playing football. Like, that's big, guys. Like, 3 more games in that 3 for Carson Wentz, and that first-round pick is ours. 861 snaps is what we need to get that first-round pick from the Colts. 861. And I think we'll get it. I'm hoping that we get it. I hope we do. I mean, at this point, they're not going to bench him the rest of it. It's just I just don't see them not. I don't see them doing it. I just don't see him doing it. It's just me though. Lemmy says this O is one solid QB away from being very good. And Dallas Smith, Watkins, and solid O-line getting better every week. As well as very good running back. Give me a QB that can read. Yeah, I get it. Sorry about that. I get it, and that's the problem. That reading the field, going through his progression. And the thing is, it's not consistent every game. That's the problem. Like there are throws that are like, you should have made that hurt. You should have threw that perfectly. And then sometimes when there's a guy that's wide open, it could be a 3-yard slant. It could be something so small, and he makes the throw so. He makes it so difficult for the receiver to catch an easy pass. That's what I can't stand. Or he overthrows, underthrows, and I understand all that. Okay, but that last game that he did have, like he played good. He played very good. Okay, he missed on a couple of throws, but it happens. It's football. Stafford misses throws. Rodgers misses throws. I mean, it happens. It just happens. There's nothing. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It just happens. So, Joe says, Howie can be ungrateful. Tubby's your first Super Bowl. Did he not? So the rap says Russell Wilson has no trade clause. He doesn't want to be here, but if he came here, that means Sierra wearing the pants and no New York City team would take him. Funny. George Burrows, I think you should give Hurts one more. One more. I think you should give Hurts one more yet. and address defense with your 3 picks. I think Kyle Hamilton, Aiden Hutchinson, Devin Lloyd. I mean, yeah, I don't think this is the year for quarterbacks. You don't have a Peyton Manning coming out of this draft. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it has to be a Peyton Manning, but at least someone that's recognizable. That's like, oh my god, they have to draft him. Like, there's no guy like that in this draft. So I'm thinking, like, I already said, like, the first 2 picks should be defense. I mean, automatically should be defense. I don't get why you wouldn't draft defense. You need offensively. I think you have the pieces. I think offensively, I think if they want to, sign like a third, if they want to sign like a number 3 receiver, Greg Ward might walk. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with him and some other guys. If they want to go sign like a number 3 receiver, go sign one for a couple of years. A guy that's just good in the scheme, play well, whatever. I'm fine with that. But defensively, not only the head coach needs to go, okay? Not only that, the head coach needs to go. They need to literally get rid of. They need a clean slate. The defense has to be rebuilt. Like, I mean, entirely. I don't even want to continue what we're doing. Like, I'm not saying get rid of everybody. But I'm saying they almost traded Fletcher Cox this trade deadline. Okay, it was close. It almost happened. They were getting a lot of calls. They want a second, third round pick. They never got one. Like, I could see the Eagles. The Eagles are not keeping on the Fletcher. They're not going to hold on to Fletcher Cox for another 2 seasons. It's either going to stay here one more year or he's going to be gone. Okay, and you're going to free up some cap space next. Depending on how much the dead cap hit, it was $37 million. So I don't know with more time being passed if it's more or less. I don't know. I have to read the numbers again, but you need to, Javon Hargrave will be that number 1 defensive tackle. He'll be our main guy, which I think he's proven enough to be that guy for us, worth that $39 million 4-year deal that he was getting. You know what I mean? So that's good, but we need a nasty edge rusher. Like, I've been dying for a nasty edge rusher for so long, but I've been dying for a thumper at linebacker. We've missed on so many linebackers that I can't even stand it. It makes me sick to think about it because we don't value linebackers with Howie Roseman in the building. And safety, we haven't had besides Malcolm Jenkins, besides Jeremiah Trotter, besides Brian Dawk, really at the end of the day, like, we haven't had a prime, like, leader, like, this team, like the culture set for this defense. They look like a bunch of, they get pushed around. I can't stand the culture for this team. Like, I can't stand the culture and what they're trying to defensively. They look like a bunch of idiots. They do. You know what I mean? So defense is going to be the way to go. It really is. Like, if it's on me right now, like, I don't know. Corner wise, like, I don't know what the signing Steven Nelson walks. I have no idea, but get a thumper, a linebacker, and get your. I think they should draft the safety first pick. I think they should, because you're gonna have no safeties. Harris is gone. McLeod's gone. And please don't bring everybody back on 1-year deals. Like, all you're doing is not only you're wasting the team, you're wasting our time, but you're wasting young guys that are building offensively. Even offensively, you're building these players to work towards being competitive, for a championship. And if you keep just re-signing old scrubs every single year, which I can't stand, I'm tired of that era, because I want to actually start drafting well, which I thought this past draft, not bad. Obviously, Quez Watkins getting his chance this offseason, and really now it's transcending into the regular season, which is great, but there's more to it than just putting players on the field and seeing what they could do. It's production from this coaching staff and what they're doing with these players every single week, how they're managing and micromanaging, like, their scheme every week against who they're scheming and the matchups and all that stuff. That's what's important about it. And then you have a GM right now that handcuffs your coaching staff. No matter what the rumor is, there's something going on, because let me tell you something. For a head coach in Doug Peterson that did not run the football barely last year, okay, and didn't get fired until obviously the end of last year, but Jeffrey Lurie has picked his GM over Carson Wentz. Jeffrey Lurie has picked his GM over players, and that's picked him over Doug. And Doug won a Super Bowl for us. You know what I mean? And the 1 year Doug doesn't make it to the playoffs and he's gone. It's just ridiculous. It got worse. It got worse. I think part of it is because when Joe Douglas left, it got worse. When Andrew Berry left to go to the Browns, I think he went for as a GM or like an assistant GM, or I don't know what he did. That's when it got worse. Remember when Howie Roseman went? Remember when Howie Roseman, after Andrew Berry left, he was like, "Oh, our scouting department's very deep," all that, crap that he was talking about it's getting deep. It's deep because it's all me. I don't know. All right, I'll stop ranting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go down the list a little bit because I missed on. I'm sorry. Joe Gosh says, Joey, it's the chins, bro. Just joking. I only tease you in Philly because I like you guys. Former college football player, Lyman, bro. That's how we show it. Appreciate Joe. I appreciate Joe. No problem, bro. Steve Ray says, hey, Joey, I am going to the game tomorrow. I love the Eagles, but I also love the Broncos since I am from Denver. Pretty divided. I want to rock my Smith jersey, but then I want to rock Judy jersey. I'd rock the Smith jersey tomorrow. If you want to stay alive in Philadelphia, you rock. Oh, it's in Denver. I forgot that game's in Denver tomorrow. Well, we haven't won a game at home anyway. So, at this point, it's like, oh, my God. Oh, my God. Commissar says, Howie Roseman needs to go. Yibby says, what's up, Joey? Here at Mile High. Be going to the game tomorrow. A lot of Birds fans. That's good, man. Yibby, you have a great time tomorrow at the game. Great time. Honeycomb J said, what's funny is that cornerback Donahue wanted to draft is on the lines and playing really good. I'm sorry I was ranting, guys. This is what happens. This just happens, and I can't stand it. And I miss out on all these chats, and I try to get through them. And I start ranting, and I'm done. We have a super chat from Reverend Bebop. What's going on, man? He says, keep ranting, Joey. That's why we come here. Really? So, maybe I won't. Maybe I won't ask this. It's gonna be too much to ask. I won't ask it. I was gonna ask you guys your guys' opinion on something, but I'll pass on it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just starting to get tired. So maybe I'm getting a little tired. I don't know what it is. Joe guy says this is what you need your defense needs. We had ours Legion of Boom. Our Captain America was our middle linebacker. Cocky Do is Richard Sherman. Psycho is Sherman plus our defensive end. Oh yeah, no, I mean that was oh my God. Who was the safety that the Eagles had? Oh my God. Who was the dude that we had that played safety and corner? What was his name? Chip Kelly days. I think he played for Seattle. He got hurt with the Giants. He came to the Eagles. I liked him a lot, so much. What was his name? I forgot his name. Counselor said not only did Doug win a Super Bowl, but he made it back to the playoff appearances. That one bad year, he's going to be. Yeah, I mean that's how you could. And so like I was saying, how you're saying about Doug Peterson getting fired after no playoffs. So what happened was this. So Nick Sirianni doesn't even run the football, barely. The same thing that Doug did last year. Funny, right? How the same thing is happening in 2 years with two different head coaches happens with Nick Sirianni. Any coach would have been fired that never ran the ball like that in games like that would have got fired. This guy did not get fired, which is to tell me that Howie Roseman is behind whatever they're doing with this offense. And that's not a good thing. This is why Brian DeBall rejected an interview with the Eagles. That's why Stanley rejected an interview with the Eagles. That's why this is why if this guy is still here, all they're going to do is bring in they're going to bring in a special teams coach that's going to be a head coach for this team or something. I mean, that's how crazy it's going to be. That's how crazy it's going to be. There you go. Shout out to George Burswell. He said it. No, it's no Maxwell. Hell no. No, no, it wasn't Maxwell. I'm not saying this in a good way. I'm saying this in a good way, not a bad way. Walter Thurman, Eagle Yako. I think a couple people said it. A couple people. Yeah, George Burwell said it too. Yeah, Thurman was good. I really liked him playing safety and corner. I liked him playing at both spots. Oh yeah, no, but Maxwell was a Maxwell was nuts, man. Like, and the problem is like with Byron Maxwell. What was it? What was his contract? Like 6 years, 47. I don't know what his contract was, but I mean, he was like, and the thing was like that Seattle defense was so good all around that Maxwell didn't really have to do much of anything. Always had safety help. I mean, he really didn't have to do anything. But man, like when when he signed the Eagles, I was really happy. I was like, damn, we finally signed a good cornerback that's going to get a shot here. You know what I mean? But it was bad. I think the first game was against the Falcons in Atlanta, and he gave up I think he gave up over 200 yards to Julio Jones in that game. I mean, it was bad. I mean, it was pretty bad. I have to say, it wasn't good. But Joe says Hal Roseman said that he wouldn't be there. His kid was pretty selfish if he said everyone said that. Granddad's 12 says, hey, Joey Shakes, good to see you on. Just got home from a fundraising event. I hope it went well, bro. I hope it went very, very well. East Cannon for Life says Walter. Yeah, Thurman was fast. He was a ball hawk. He could read the quarterback's eyes. I mean, really good. I mean, his reflexes were really good. Common source, I still believe if Wentz did not get a concussion in 2019, I think we would have won that playoff game, but that's just my opinion. I think with Doug's resume, I think he deserved one more year. I know. I'm not saying that Doug was perfect. I think Doug did some things that Doug definitely defended a lot of things since he got here. Frank Reich almost got fired after Frank Reich almost got fired after the 2016 season. Believe that? He almost got fired. Doug got in the middle of that to stop that from happening, and then you win the Super Bowl with him. Doug did some things that really didn't. Doug did things I didn't agree with, but I think Doug only could have done so much. So Doug couldn't go out and hire new coaches. Doug had to move coaches around. When he was going to make Press Taylor his offensive coordinator and Matt Burke his defensive coordinator after Jim Schwartz left, I was like, nah, this is not going to work. So then I'm thinking to myself, is Doug really wanting this? Or is Howie saying, well, I don't want you to go out and get coaches. I want you to move some coaches around, see what you could do with some of these coaches. And I think that's what he was trying to do, but didn't want to do it, but he did it anyway and figured, and Jeffrey Lurie was like, nah, I'm not really into this, and just fired him on the spot. And I think Doug was relieved. I think the fans were relieved too, because Doug was I think he was just stressing. He was getting more closer to a heart attack than being a good head coach for us, regardless. But always remember Doug Pearson, and obviously I have nothing against Doug Pearson at all. Period. Whatever he generally, I thought he cared about this team. I thought he would have done more of the right thing if he had a little bit more freedom. Just like I think if Nick had a little bit more freedom, maybe it would look better. Because I look at the Colts the past couple of years, I'm like, how do the Colts look like this and we look like this? I mean, a totally different team. I mean, night and day. I mean, that's just what it is. You know what I mean? Granger 12 is the true Matt. Brian Maxwell was the weak link in that Legion. Oh, definitely. He was, God. I was so excited. When we signed him, I was so pumped about that signing. I remember how excited I was about that. Jason, I wasn't really listening, so I don't know. Sorry, I thought Howie Roseman said if he had a kid, he wouldn't be there for them. Jason, I think Thurman retired. Yeah, I think he retired. Yeah, I think he retired into acting, or like it was something. It was either like photography or acting, or I heard he was gonna do. I forgot what he was doing at the time. East Coast camera for like Walter Thurman had the tip ball to Malcolm Jenkins for the 100-yard. I remember that game. We had that game against the Patriots. Walter Thurman had the tip to Malcolm Jenkins on that big pick six, and then we had the punt return touchdown from Darren Sproles that game. That actually we actually knocked the Patriots out of home field advantage. I think we knocked them out of the first seed from that game. I think we screwed that. I don't think they won. I don't know if they won a Super Bowl there. I forgot what year that was. Um, Grandier says Dolphins made the trade for Byron Maxwell, Kiko Alonso, and Finns fans didn't learn from when the Eagles fans. And that's what I was so surprised about. Like Howie Roseman got rid of DeMarco Murray signed. DeMarco Murray signed with the Titans. And then they are able to get rid of Maxwell and Kiko Alonso at the same time, which was kind of crazy. And Maxwell didn't even last the whole, like not even a quarter of the season with Miami. And then I remember when we faced Miami in preseason the next season, and Maxwell said, "Oh, they're going to regret, trading me or whatever." And he totally got burned by Torrey Smith, or I forgot what happened. It was bad. They got rid of, and that's what Howie's good at. He's good at trades and getting rid of contracts, and he's good at that stuff. He is, and it's not, you know. Comment says, "What GM stays through 4 head coaches I've heard of a GM stay that long? Imagine if Roseman stays once. We're done with Sirianni." Yeah, I don't know who survives that many. I really don't. Joe Agashi says, Joey Shakes, your defense has no identity. Who is your leaders? We don't have any besides Brandon Graham. Who is the Captain America? Brandon Graham. Who is your cocky, arrogant guy? We don't have one. Usually a linebacker or safety. Who is the psycho? Ray Lewis. Yeah, we don't have that. We don't. We have a bunch of girls. We have a bunch of girls on defense. We have a lot of talkers. Tay Gowan. I'm going to be the Tom Brady of corners. Like who says that? Just an idiot. That's just a stupid idiot. Like, it's not even like you start with the Cardinals. Like, and you come to the Eagles and you're like, oh, well, this team was supposed to draft me, and I thought they were, but the Cardinals drafted me. They went in front and they grabbed me. Blah blah blah. It's crazy. Crazy. Kavon Wallace, does more of this than he actually does. He doesn't talk with his play; he talks with his mouth. It's just that's what it is. But Joe, I agree. This team has no. I love like I want that if I go into like the NBA, I could say I want like what the hell's his name? I keep forgetting his name. I'm an idiot. I forgot his name. I was just on the tip of my tongue. I know what you're saying. You want that guy that everybody hates, but is so good, but everybody hates him. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Like someone that's arrogant, someone that. Oh man, I miss it. I miss having guys like that, and that we're not building anything like that right now. Commissar, I would like to go mainly defense for the first 2 rounds, and hopefully no QBs. By the way, I'll read this first. If they want draft QB, I'd say wait until the 4th round and later maybe they could get De'Ara King in the 6th round. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. Like I would go defense very early. Very early in this draft. And by the way, I would say like Trey Young. Trey Young is like I like Trey Young a lot for his because he backs up his talk, which I like. Trey Young is hated so much, but that guy thrives off of that. I would love a player like that. Obviously a guy, that plays football, obviously, but Joe says without that, y'all winning nothing tubby, no matter how well Hurts plays. No, no, it's not. Hurts isn't going to win everything. Like he's not gonna do it all for you. He's not. And if you don't have, and it has to be good coaching, it has to be good play sequence, route combinations, scheming for against a team, what they're doing with matchups. There's so much that goes into it. You can't put everything on Hurts' shoulders. You just can't. And defensively, it's just a mess. It's just a mess. Let says legit trying to catch his breath after he types. Kama says there's no Captain America, that's for sure. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much true. Pretty much true. Young Dad says, yeah, Doug always going to have a spot in my heart. He was burnt out from Jeff. Oh, yeah, 100 from Howie Scrap. Oh, definitely, 100%. I mean, he looked worse and worse every single week. And, with Nick, it's just like they're playing like the offense looks better, but what am I supposed to do? Throw them a bone because they're playing like they look more like a normal offense the past couple weeks? Like, no, like you're not number one, you're not winning. Number two, so what? like you're like I said, you're still losing games. So I'm like, Nick could be a one and done this year, but if Howie Roseman gets fired, guys, like you know how big that is. Like you know how much of this, like like firing Howie Roseman is like winning a Super Bowl. It's like something that you didn't think you'd ever see. No joke. Like when that happens, it's going to be a really good day. And then that will get us even more excited. And then you're not going to know. Like, just imagine if Howie Roseman gets fired after this year. You know how many GMs are going to be lined up for this job? And I don't understand people are going to say, "Oh, Jeffrey Lurie's going to want another." I'm like, no. Jeffrey. I mean, they fired Joe Banner. Like Joe Banner was good friends with Jeffrey Lurie. Okay, they fired Joe Banner. You know what I mean? But Joe Banner, he drafted 14 Pro Bowlers in 18 years. That's the difference. Howie Roseman's drafted maybe two or three and 20. Two Pro Bowlers, three Pro Bowlers in 20 years. I don't know. Joe Banner drafted 14 Pro Bowlers in 18 years. I mean, that's crazy. Crazy to think about. Danny says when the Colts aren't making the playoffs either, so everything is even. I gotta check out the snap count for Carson Wentz. I've been trying to look at it because I'm just obsessed with it. We got a super chat from Jeremiah Butler. What's going on, man? So I think you're thinking of Jalen Ramsey. Nah, yeah, oh yeah. I would. Oh yeah, definitely. Jalen Ramsey is perfect example. It's like I think of like a Trae Young type of player. Like I just went into basketball because Trae Young is just like I like that mentality that he has. But yeah, Jalen Ramsey. I mean, oh man, great player. Granite 12 says, hope Eagles don't get a QB, but it seems inevitable. Where would Hurts be a good fit at? Saints, Seattle, some AFC team, and what would Hurts trade stock be? The problem is, and the thing is, like we don't know how Hurts would play with like a veteran head coach behind him. You know what I mean? That's really honing in on a skill set. I think he would play a lot better with a better head coach, and obviously with no GM that is handcuffing the coaching staff and kind of garnishing like what plays they're doing every week, and which I definitely think so because how Nick Sirianni barely ran the ball like most of the season, and any head coach would have got fired if he just didn't run the ball. I mean, like that. I mean, that's how bad it was. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know what team he'd fit on. I think he would just. I think to answer that whole thing, I think he would just play better if he had a veteran head coach behind him. Like I said, that honed in on his skill set, used him to put him in the right position to win football games. And I'm not saying Hurts wouldn't make any more mistakes. I think he would make fewer mistakes and he would be more successful. And it comes about how are you using the tight ends, the wide receivers, what type of offensive line do you have? I think there's a lot that goes into it, but I think Hurts would play. I think this whole offense would be a lot better. If there was no GM handcuffing our if we had a new coach or a veteran head coach that really that came in and did a good job with Hurts, I think it would be. I think it would be different. That's just me though. Jay says, I think I said it before, but the world would be full of happiness if Howie got fired. That's definite. Jeremiah says, we got pieces, just can't put together a 4-quarter game. Yeah, Jeremiah said it perfectly. We have the pieces to win football games. We have a lot of talent in this offense. We do. We just don't use it the right way. And it doesn't matter like what players you sign and who you draft. Like at the end of the day, like not only are you're gonna lose games, but you're gonna stint a lot of players, which I think Nick and Howie Roseman have already stinted some players on this team. Like Devontae Smith should have more yards. Rager should have more touchdowns and more yards. A lot of bad passes from Hurts to Jalen Rager this year. Okay, even Rager made some mistakes on his own this year, which I don't think Rager's the first. I don't think Rager is if Rager's not a number one receiver, we all know that. Okay, Rager's more of like a plug-in. Let him run an open space and let him get it on quick screens or whatever, and that's fine. I don't care about that. But when it comes down to it, I think Rager. I think our quarterback would have had more success on some better throws this year. And I think Rager would have played better. Like I said, Quez Watkins, they need to use him more because the guy has got. When John Hightower and Quez Watkins were drafted, I said that John Hightower was going to be better. And I thought John Hightower was the better receiver, but then people were telling me, they're like, let me tell you something, Joe. Like once Quez Watkins gets on the field and gets his chance, you're going to see what Quez could do. I didn't really believe it. I eat my own words. Trust me. I'm wrong every year about stuff. Like I'm just a fan at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Comment says I'll probably have a block party if Roseman gets fired. My family dislikes Roseman so much. I don't know an Eagles fan that likes Roseman. No. You'd be surprised. There's fans out there that do like Roseman. Yo, Brian, what's going on, man? We got a super chat from Jeremiah Butler. It says Aguilar is better than Rager. Don't argue. Laugh out loud. Yeah, you know what? I don't. I think with Aguilar, I think there's better quarterbacks throwing to him. You had Derek Carr throw to him. You have Mac Jones throwing to him now. I just think obviously then the drops. He's had some drops this year, definitely. But Aguilar had 2 mediocre seasons. He had a really good third year, Super Bowl year. Then everyone was hurt in our offense, and he was like the main piece we had to focus on. He had so many drops, game-winning touchdowns. I mean, just the Falcons game, wide open on the left sideline, the Patriots game back of the end zone. I mean, there was a lot of catches. The big reception for the Vikings game where he put his hands out and he put his hands back in when the ball came back to him. And then he went to, we picked him up on that $9.3 million, the fifth year option. And then he went to the Raiders for barely any money, balled out, had a fantastic year, and has looked pretty good with the Patriots. He hasn't looked bad at all. He's had some good games. So, it's kind of crazy. Granted, Detroit said, watch Roseman get a guy like Keon Thibodeau's Oregon. Then he I can't say that guy's name, by the way. I never will, so I have to learn it. Then he takes Matt Corral or Malik Willis. Maybe gets N'Kobe Dean or Devin Lloyd. So it'd be mixed feelings. I don't know. I just don't see him getting money. I don't. And look, did he go to that game? Did he go to that Pittsburgh, North Carolina game to get Pickett? Do you think he's more interested in Pickett or Sam Howell? I didn't watch that game. I'd have to watch that game because I was away, so I was gonna look at some stuff, but all right, Baller, see you later, bro. Remar says Hurts looks great in the fourth quarter and down by and that's the problem. Like the stats, like I hate stats. Like when people defend players by stats, I can't stand it. It makes no sense to me. Stats are very. It's a blind defending argument with stats because where are these stats coming from? End of the fourth quarter, Hurts has looked good because teams are playing more prevent, and Hurts is making more wide open shots. short throws because they're playing prevent. Everything is open underneath. In the offensively, so that's why Hurts looks better into the fourth quarter. But you know what I mean. That's why your runs look better because your offensive line is you have a good offensive line. You don't have to worry about line. Everyone's pulled back. The secondary is pulled back into prevent, so everything's open underneath. If your running back gets past the first line of defense, it's a good run. Throw a short pass, you get some good yards. I mean, that's why it looks good. Common Star says, why does Rager play more than Watkins? Watkins is open like 80% of the time. Trust me, it's been like that all year. I think I like using Rager on like those quick screens, like those quick handoffs. I like using him. I like really using him in the slot more on the outside. That's just me. Quez Watkins, I mean, there's times Devontae Smith was open almost 90% of the time, and Hurts just, I mean, there's videos. I mean, there's people that have made videos on Twitter and YouTube, and looking at the tape on the lanes that are open to pass Devontae Smith or Quez Watkins, and they're just, and he just, I don't know. And when Hurts has a clean pocket, sometimes he sits there for like 15 minutes. I'm just like, dude, like, what are you doing? And he sits there and he just sits and he sits. I feel like the throws are there. He's just he just doesn't go on his instinct to throw it. You know what I mean? Like the short window, the tight window throws. That's what I'm looking for from him. You got to throw. You can't just throw to guys that are wide open. It's not going to happen. You got to fit the ball somewhere. You know what I mean? Jay says, I hope we beat the Broncos. I hope so too, bro. I hope so as well. Common Star says Aguilar is great route running, but he drops the ball way too much and it's not clutch. And that's true. That's true. Somewhat true. All right, Jace, man. I'll see you later, man. Joe says, Tubbs, I got a test this week. Kind of the final. Please give me a belly rub for luck, buddy. Bipartisan for the fan base. Love your channel. Love seeing you and Philly channels grow. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, we enjoy everything that we do, bro. And we're gonna be back tomorrow. So appreciate it, man. William Gelbrett says short arm the ball versus Dallas. You're talking about to Rager? Yeah, Rager would have had a few touchdowns this year. Hurts had some really bad throws. Rager should have had a few touchdowns this year. Would have had more yards this year. Even the comeback, even on like a comeback route, and Hurts threw it like 10 yards in front of him and hit the ground. Like it wasn't even near Rager at all. Like some throws are just bad. And Jalen Hurts always rolls out to his right. I mean, 90% of the time. And that's the problem. Like it looks predictable. Christine says, how do you feel about Matt Corral, the QB from Ole Miss? I haven't really watched much tape on Matt Corral at all. I haven't. And probably by December, I'll be getting into. I'm going to be looking at all the QBs in December, and obviously other positions that we need badly. So we'll see what happens. I don't know yet. Grazer says, I follow Dolphins next year, assuming it's Tua. I would like Brock Purdy with the later rounds as a backup. Philly Sports Talk Podcast. What's going on, man? Hope you're having a good night tonight. Hey, thanks for stopping by the wrestling live stream. Yeah, no problem, dude. I'm always stopping by everybody's streams, see what's up, what's going on, see what everybody's doing. Greaser Bub, the original says Pickett has an arm. That's for sure. That's what everybody's been saying. Everybody's been saying that. There is 119 people in the chat. Appreciate being here. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. We do cover the Eagles every single day. If you guys haven't liked the stream, please like the stream before you leave. It does help the channel a lot. Today, Sunday, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning for me right now. I will be streaming a 1 o'clock game by myself. I'll be streaming the Eagles game by myself. And I will be on Philly 500's channel for the Sunday night game Sunday night. We're just going to talk about, everything. We'll talk about the game and everything like that and just get into everything. And then we're going to be doing a post game on my channel about the Eagles Broncos game Sunday night. So definitely check that out when you guys have a chance. We're going to have a lot of fun. Christine says, I already answered that. Domney Arvin says Philly needs to go into the Denver game loose with no pressure, which I think they will. I think Hurts will scorch the ponies deep, own them in the Hurts run game. I mean, look, at this point, like defensively, like I the cornerbacks, they're very deep at corner. Denver is very deep at cornerback, and not even just that. A defensive line is it's not fantastic. I think they could run the ball. I think they could, they don't have Von Miller anymore. So that's another guy you really don't have to worry about in this game because he was traded to the Rams. So I think you use some read options. You could, do some fakes. You could do some different things with Hurts in the, in the pocket. And we'll see what happens. I think they can run the ball on this team. I think they can, and I don't even care about the corners too much. They're deep at corner, but I think they'll do a good job. I think the Eagles can win offensively. I think they can have a good game. Defensively, I'm just that's where I'm just all over the place with this team. So. Williams says the eye test shows Hurts has the potential. We have to bring him along like Seattle did Russ and Baltimore did Lamar. Yeah, I understand that. And the problem is with Eagles fans, we want really quick success, and it just doesn't happen like that. Grazer 12 said, I thought the Eagles were going to trade Miles Sanders. They were not using him. I wanted to believe they were trying to shop him, but either go no offers or not enough. I don't think that he was even on the table at all. I don't think so. I don't know what Miles thinks. Like, even when Miles wasn't playing, when he was hurt, he was like tweeting to the Eagles. He was tweeting about, he was tweeting about the Eagles a lot. I don't know. Like, yeah, he's definitely. I mean, he's definitely aggravated. He's not getting enough snaps, but at the same time, when he wasn't getting enough snaps, but I don't know what he's thinking right now. You know what I mean? Like, Miles Sanders is going to be a good player, and if he goes to another roster, he's going to ball out. I mean, he's going to be a Pro Bowl. I mean, he's going to be a Pro Bowl star. So, all right, Joe, have a good night, man. Williams says just continue to run the ball and let Hurts continue to manage the game as he improves. That's all you got. That's all you got to do. Brandon Lewis says Nick needs to tell Jalen to wing it and stop holding on to the ball. Fly for and Fly says, "What up, Joey? What are the chances the Eagles beat the Broncos? Would like to rub it in my brother's face if they will against this team." I think offensively they're matched up well. I mean, they just gotta get it done. You know what I mean? They just gotta get it done. I think they could do it. I just so wish the Eagles would have hired Anthony Lynn and his QB coach Pep Hamilton. Then we get a good evaluation of what kind of player. And the problem is like the way we've been playing, and like even though we're still losing games, like even don't even count the Falcons game. Like take the second week into like on to till now. As of right now, like there was no way. Like, how are you supposed to evaluate this team when you can't even run an offense? How are you supposed to evaluate the defense when you can't even run your defense? When you have players that go up to Jonathan Gannon and say, "Oh, this is how you should use me in your defense." Like there was actually players helping Jonathan Gannon. Even Jonathan Gannon said at his press conference, like, there's players telling him, like there's players giving him advice on how to use them and how they should use them as players in his defense. Like it's embarrassing. I mean, Jonathan Gannon definitely is a one and done. There's no like, there has been no for me. There's been no flat. I mean, the only flash you're getting is when you're playing bad teams. I mean, I haven't really seen much of anything else. Jeremiah Buster Rager is just not a guy. At least Aguilar is a guy. Cameron Hope says the only offensive player we should draft in the first round is Tyler Linderbaum. Mary Johnson says Allen Hutchinson, defensive end from Michigan, is legit. Sean says I like Tyler Show out of Oregon. He declares he'll go second, third round because of broken collarbone. Williams says smash up the likes. Appreciate it, man. We're definitely gonna end this in a couple minutes. I didn't want to go too long because me and Philly 500 were supposed to have a stream tonight, but he had some things going on. I had some things going on. My flight got delayed like twice, so I was supposed to be home a little earlier today, and because due to some weather and some stuff, my flight was delayed twice. So it took me a little bit longer to get home. So we couldn't do the shakedown, so I said, let me do a stream tonight because I've been itching to do one and I haven't done one yet. So much love to everybody that's in here. We'll go for another couple minutes, but tomorrow we'll have a triple header. So Jeremiah, I've hated the pick since he was drafted, especially because I wanted Jefferson and he was attainable. Yeah, I know. And they even showed Jefferson on TV. And look, I don't know if Jefferson would have had. He wouldn't have had 1,400 yards with us. Okay, let's get that straight. It doesn't matter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's players that we've missed on, and unfortunately, the J.J. Arcega-Whiteside pick. Like, you've had guys like, you know. My God, like AJ Brown, obviously DK Metcalf, Terry McLaurin. I mean, players like that we missed in that. I mean, just crazy. Like you pick a guy like that's why when they said his name, I was like, I never heard of that guy in my life. It's crazy. Let's see. Cameron Holmes says, Joey, question: if Jeffrey Lurie keeps an idiot like Howie Rose Clown in front office, does that make him a bad owner? Oh, 100%. Yeah, it definitely does. He's hurting his own franchise, man. I mean, that's what he's doing. Grant says, on Joey Shakes, do you do play-by-play as the game goes on live? I do play-by-plays every Sunday. I'm doing a play-by-play 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and Sunday night. So definitely check out the channel tomorrow. We're going to be streaming twice. We're going to be streaming 3 times. So I'm going to be doing the 1 o'clock game. I'm going to be doing our game at 4 o'clock, and I'm going to be doing a Sunday night game, but I'm not going to be on. It's not going to be on the Sunday night game. Is not going to be on this channel. It'll be on Philly 500 channel. I'm going to be a guest on his channel. We're just going to hang out, chill out, and watch the game, and then do a post game. We're going to do a post game on my channel after the Sunday night game for obviously the Eagles Broncos game to go over everything that happened there. So definitely check that out. William says if we win, if Gannon doesn't lose the game for us, need to blitz Taylor and Avery and let the D line run some stunts. Grandier says, thanks for coming on, Joey Shakes. Great content. Thanks. Stay blessed. Appreciate it, man. Much love, man. Let's see here. Comment says, well, DK versus JJ is kind of obvious who they should have picked. Some people were so upset if AJ Brown was there instead. I do think it would have been as bad. I don't. If AJ Brown was there, probably not. I don't know. I think AJ Brown I thought would have been a nice number 2, but he's I mean, AJ Brown's good. I mean, he's really good. If Girl says, what up, Joey Shakes? It's been a rough season so far. Kind of expected us to be around here, though. Hurts has shown improvement, but he's not ready to be a starter. But he's all we got right now, and that's it. That's it, man. I know. It's just we just got to roll with him. We need a full year evaluation from Jalen Hurts. I mean, we need a full year. I don't want to bench him. I don't. You know what I mean? I really don't at this point. Farrell says, is Miles playing? I have to check. I haven't checked anything. Like, I haven't really checked any of the injury reports, what's been going on this week. I saw something from Miles Sanders this week that, like, he said, he stated that he was practicing. I don't know. So, I mean, maybe that's a good sign. So, Comment says, Bridgewater will probably have a great percentage because he will throw the check down every play, which will probably be wide open, never get covered. Bridgewater's going to cook us underneath. Yeah, and if we can't tackle either, which has been another big problem of this team, it's just, that's another problem we have. The tackling is just ridiculous. But all right, guys. It was glad. I need to hit the hay. I'm tired. I'm shot, man. I'm shot tonight. But definitely check out the streams tomorrow. We're going to be streaming 1 o'clock. We're going to be streaming our game, Eagles Broncos, at 4 o'clock. And then obviously Sunday night, I will be on Philly 500's channel. So definitely check that out. And then we'll have a post game on my channel going over the Eagles Broncos game. Definitely. So subscribe to the channel if you're new. We cover the Eagles every day. Like the stream before you leave. And if you guys haven't followed me on Twitter either, follow me on Twitter. You guys ask me questions on there. I'm always doing stuff. I'm always on there. So, all right, guys, you guys have a fantastic. Hold on one second. Let me get this one real quick. Chris Smith, can you tell me what you say at the end of your videos? Can't figure it out. You say it too fast, shakes up you, the man, Joey. Oh, at the end of my videos. Oh, shake squat up, fly fly, peace out. That's all I say. That's it. I just say it really fast. I've been saying it for so long. You know what I mean? So, all right, guys, you guys have a fantastic night, and I will see you guys. Tomorrow. Just come check us out. We'll be around. So check out for the 1:00 game. We'll have the posts up for the streams, and we'll be ready to go. All right, guys. We will see you guys later. Shakespeare follow. Peace out, guys. Peace.